Idol anime is really hard to get into. If the idea of cute high school girls doing cute things doesn't appeal to you, you're probably not going to give any of them the time of day. And that's perfectly understandable. Idol anime, in my opinion, isn't even that good. I've watched both of the Love Lives, and the only thing I can tell you about them is that they have cute girls, therefore I like the show. Therefore I will download gacha and spend money to get my favorite girls because I have a problem. I'd normally never recommend idol anime to anyone, except this one. Today, I want to talk about my favorite idol anime, the idol anime that's not really like the others, and the idol anime that I honestly can't believe managed to get me to shed a tear over it, Zombieland SAGA. Zombieland SAGA follows the story of a young high school girl with dreams of becoming an idol, and then 30 seconds into the show she gets hit by a truck and dies, only to awaken to find out she's been revived by Call of the Haunted and is now a zombie. She and a bunch of other zombie girls from various time periods and professions in their previous lives form an all-star idol group in order to save Saga. On paper, it's not anything different from any other idol anime, but with a zombie twist. I once lazily recommended this anime to my friend, and I described it in a single sentence as The Walking Dead but waifus. Only for him to laugh in my face and tell me he only watches real men anime. So we went ahead and watched quintuplets for a few hours after that. I couldn't blame him either. I expected it to be some mediocre show that I'd laugh at. I started watching the show as a joke, but about halfway in, I don't think it's a joke anymore. This anime is a perfect example of not judging a book by its cover. While it follows the same formula as other idol anime of having cute girls do cute funny things, have girls train for concerts, and have the girls perform at concerts, it's so different in how it executes it. I feel like with something like Love Live, the main focus of the anime is always the idol aspect. Yes, I know that's obvious and sounds stupid, but with Zombieland Saga, they're not afraid to put the actual idol business on the sideline. It's why some of my favorite episodes have very little actual idol stuff going on. The show's not afraid to spend the whole episode following one of the members going on a grocery run filled with wacky adventures to tell you how some of the side characters are doing. It's why, in my opinion, the drama, characters, and even the comedy are just vastly superior to its competition. At times, it doesn't even feel like you're watching an idol anime. I was asking myself throughout the series, what show am I actually watching? One episode I'm watching the girls perform in a stadium, next episode is filled with drama, learning about how one of the girls died. And the next thing you know, I'm watching one of the girls have a breakdance competition against a human-sized chicken. Ayo, hold up, he kinda packing low-key. Beastar Season 3 looking kinda crazy. When it comes to any idol anime, the girls will always be the main appeal. Idolmaster and Love Live are crazy popular, and dwarf Zombieland Saga in comparison. I've been to fighting game tournaments and seen on more than one occasion of people rocking their custom arcade sticks, repping their favorite idols proudly. I even knew a guy who entered tournaments under the tag Nikomaki he got from combining his two favorite characters from Love Live. Zombieland Saga will probably never reach that level of popularity. Most would probably even say the girls are nowhere near as cute as the big hitters in the genre. I won't even disagree. They won't be selling millions of merchandise to fans anytime soon. But at least in my case, the girls from Zombieland Saga will stick with me in my memory far longer than any other idols. And that's because these girls have so much depth to their characters. With other idol anime, the girls in a way feel like waifu bait to me. They're very attractive and each have one quirk that defines them. I can describe them all pretty accurately with a single sentence. This girl's blonde and speaks English. You like dorks, here's the girl for you. Athletic girls, here you go. And look, that's fine. They're cute idols. There doesn't need to be any reason for you liking them other than they just look cute. No one asked, but these two are my favorite. But the girls from Zombieland Saga feel so much more than just simple waifu bait, and describing them in a single sentence doesn't do them justice at all. They each have very interesting backstories and motivations for why they want to be idols. They start off generic, but you almost immediately become more attached to them when they each go through their respective character arcs. When I look back on my favorite idols, some of the first things that come to mind are stuff like Umi's poker face, how Kanan really likes hugs, how Nico never misses. I can't remember much about these girls other than the cute moments. I honestly don't even remember why half of them wanted to be idols in the first place, other than saving their school from closing. But when I think of characters like Ai, the first thing that comes to mind is a girl who could have been a legend in the industry, only for her to tragically pass away and have her legacy be about her death rather than what she accomplished, and how she doesn't want her legacy to end like this. When I think of Sakura, I think of a girl that failed at everything she put effort into in her life, only for her to decide to become an idol and die a few days later, thinking this is the universe's way of telling her she'll never amount to anything. When I think of Saki, I think about the badass leader of the group who rarely shows weakness. and who confesses to her celebrity crush years later, only for him to tell her to ask again when you're an adult, and how she breaks down in tears realizing that she's dead, and she'll never grow up to be a beautiful woman. All of the girls are very well written characters, and they're so much more than what you see on a surface level. They all shine individually and could probably be main characters of their own series. And it's really cool to see these girls from various eras with nothing in common come together to form a very beautiful group that supports each other. Zombieland SAGA also has one of the best trans represented characters I've seen. Lily has a whole episode dedicated to her, and where a poorly written show would probably have her whole character revolve around this revelation, and spend the rest of the episode with the group trying to learn to accept her, they end up spending less than 5 minutes on this, and it's never brought up again. Sure, they're a little shocked at first, but they're not going to treat her any differently after finding out. She's still Lily, the young, energetic member of the group they've come to adore, and that shouldn't change. Instead, the episode focuses on the father-daughter relationship she used to have when alive, telling us how she became a TV star not just to see others smile, but more importantly, her father, until she died due to overwork and stress. Her father, not realizing his mistake until it was too late, blames himself for his daughter's death. Until one day, he sees his daughter as an idol and has to learn to accept the fact that it's not the same person, and she'll never come back. But since she's a zombie now, and it's actually her, she writes and dedicates a song to him, telling him she doesn't blame him for what happened, and that the time they spent together were the happiest moments of her life, and she'll always love him, and holy shit, I'm crying. Like, I'm actually crying. I can't believe I'm a grown man crying over an idol anime. I'm not super into idol music personally. You'll never catch me at the gym bumping Snow Halation Bakumitai remix while bench pressing, mostly because I'm lazy and I don't actually go to the gym. But I thought the music was kind of cool here. A couple of songs they perform I found kinda catchy. One thing I liked is the range these girls have. The first episode they perform at a heavy metal concert, and in episode 2 they're having a rap battle. It keeps it pretty interesting and varied for someone like me that's not super into the typical idol performances, which also fits into the theme of the show, of this not being your typical generic idol anime. The only thing I really disliked here was some of the CGI. I remember when I watched Love Live all those years ago, some of the CGI threw me off a bit. Granted, some of those performances actually look really good. Zombieland SAGA looks extremely rough by comparison. They do improve on that in season 2 to the point it actually looks pretty good. Maybe someone watching these clips would be turned off from the show after seeing them. I can understand. I kinda expected bad CGI when I first started, so I was able to prepare myself. I guess it's kinda like how whenever I go to my local Five Guys, I always expect to have my guts rearranged and to be thirsty and hungry afterwards. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're not completely opposed to the idea of watching idol anime, you should really check this one out. It's nothing like the others at all. It's not perfect or anything, but I can guarantee you'll be blindsided by some of the funny and heartwarming scenes this series has to offer. Looking at it at a glance, it appears to be some generic idol trash. I feel like this anime could be so much more popular and well received if people were willing to give it a chance and get over that initial hurdle. If you do give it that chance, you'll be shocked to find that Zombieland SAGA is a very well written and put together show that has a lot of heart put into it. This has been Soft Hands. If I ever get famous enough, I promise to do a handshake meet and greet like a real idol someday, so you can see just how soft these hands really are. Till then, have a good one, and thanks for watching.